Graham is suing his ex-girlfriend for the value of personal property. James says the defendant is an alcoholic who had an affair in their house while she was supposed to be on a family vacation with James and their children. Then James says he found pictures of another man's genitalia on the defendant's phone. Defendant Hilda Sanchez claims she and James only had sex 4 times and were never really a couple. Hilda admits she had a boyfriend while living with James, but she accuses him of cheating on her with a man. She's countersuing for emotional distress.
All right, the plaintiff is suing his ex-girlfriend for the value of personal property. She is countersuing her ex-boyfriend for emotional distress. James, state your case.
Yes, Your Honor. Quite honestly, I'm absolutely embarrassed. I allowed myself to invest in a relationship with an alcoholic and a cheater. And after finding...
Excuse me, Your Honor, I'm sorry, but that...
You're not an alcoholic or not a cheater? Which?
Neither one of them.
Neither? Okay.
He's actually the cheater.
That.
Understand.
Go ahead.
We'll move on. After discovering nude photos of her new lover, I had to leave. It gave me my reason to leave, and unfortunately...
What do you mean nude photos? Where?
Cell phone.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. In March of 2006, we met through her sister, and we have a baby, beautiful daughter, Brianna, in December of 2006. She does have 2 children from a prior marriage. I found out that the reason why he left is due to infidelity. He assumed infidelity. Well, she was upset because he had left her. So when the baby was born, she basically, I don't want to say abandoned, but left the baby for the mother to raise because she couldn't handle her husband leaving at the time.
For who? Her mother?
Her mother to raise the daughter. After we started doing a relationship, I learned there was alcohol problems because she started going out with her friends, drinking.
Did you have an alcohol problem?
No, Your Honor, never.
Did you leave the baby for your mother to raise?
Never.
Okay, go ahead.
March of 2007, I was arrested from her because she said I'd push her.
Did you?
And no, I did not.
Were you convicted?
It was a dismissed case because it was he said, she said, and it never happened.
Did you have injuries?
Yes.
Tell me what happened.
He grabbed me from my arm and pushed me towards the washing machine. And the reason the case was actually dismissed, it was because I dismissed it because I didn't want anything to do with him.
Shame on you. The next time somebody pushes you around and you think you've got the evidence, you go forward. You don't drop it. You know why? Because if he is a batterer, at the end of the day, there's another woman coming down the pike who's going to be battered, and no one's going to believe her because you didn't say anything. All right, James.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No, don't thank me. I'm not taking your side.
Next on Judge Pirro.
And I know she left the cell phone under her pillow at this time, which she never does. So I made a quick prayer. I asked So I asked the Lord, please don't let her grab her cell phone. So I grabbed her cell phone. She comes back.
You asked the Lord, don't let me grab it, and you grabbed it? The Lord's not listening to you. Why should I? Shame on you. The next time somebody pushes you around and you think you've got the evidence, you go forward. You don't drop it. You know why? Because if he is a batterer, at the end of the day, there's another woman coming down the pike who's going to be battered, and no one's going to believe her because you didn't say anything.
Plaintiff James Graham is suing his ex-girlfriend, who he always suspected of cheating. James says his suspicions were confirmed when he found nude pictures of another man on the defendant's phone.
Go ahead.
On November of 2007, I figured we reconciled after talking about it. She apologized for lying to the police that I had pushed her. We got back together.
Wow.
And on August of 2008, we had a baby boy, Matthew. On December 8th, for the day of my Christmas party at my work, I came home from work, and she was not home. Her sister was there. I asked where she was at because we had to get ready to go to my Christmas party, and found out that she was arrested and in jail.
For what?
I can
Your Honor, I am so tired of him always using that same line he's used.
That's not an answer. I said for what?
It's because, okay, I got a DUI when I turned 21. Okay, I regret it. I did everything that I was supposed to do. One class was not the MAD class that they make you do.
Right.
They didn't turn in that paper, so they issued a warrant for my arrest when I wasn't even aware of that. So they took me in. My mom bailed me out that same day, and then I went and I got that done again.
Go ahead. What do you want to say?
Yes, Your Honor. I found out there was a child safety child safety belt citation that was issued during that time. Between May and July.
Driving around without one of the kids in a child seat?
No, my son was 5 years old. He leaned over and he took off his seatbelt and he leaned over to go to sleep.
Go ahead.
For the months of May and July of this year, that's when I learned the partying was getting too much to handle. For instance, July 4th weekend, she was supposed to be gone for a day. She never showed up for a whole 4 days. So during that week, she explained to me she wants to make up for the time because she understood she wasn't there for the kids. So that following weekend, she asked me if we would go to a hotel and have a night out for the kids, which we haven't done.
Well, that's very nice.
Yes, it is. Although...
That never happened.
You didn't invite him to the hotel?
No.
Oh.
Never happened.
We left to the hotel. When we got there, wasn't even 5 minutes, she said that she wanted to go with a friend for their birthday party. We obviously, after that point, we went home. The living room was a total mess. The bedding sheets were taken off. They'd even been cleaned.
You came home to what, change sheets and what else?
I came home to change sheets. Bottles of wine empty. There was an elegant dinner that was cooked up. The living room was, because we cleaned
so
it.
you're saying she ditches you at the hotel and is cooking up something else at home?
That's the assumption that I can have at this point, because when I asked her what happened, she said she blacked out.
She blacked out?
She told me she blacked out.
Did you black out?
No.
Did you tell him you blacked out?
No. Yes, she did, Your Honor.
Well, you know what? There are two separate, totally different sides.
That night, she woke up around 3 in the morning, I want to say. She got up. She goes to the bathroom. And I noticed she left the cell phone under her pillow at this time, which she never does. So I made a quick prayer. I asked So I asked the Lord, please don't let her grab her cell phone. So I grabbed her cell phone. She comes back, goes
You
right
asked
to
the
sleep.
Lord, don't let me grab it, and you grabbed it? The Lord's not
Don't let
listening to
her
you.
grab
Why
the
should
cell phone.
I?
Don't let her grab the cell phone when she comes back to bed. So I've got the cell phone in my hand, Your Honor. I see one text message, and it says, I love you, I'll talk to you later, good night. And then I go to the images. The very first image is an image of this gentleman's penis, and it says, here's a picture of Daddy. The next picture is a picture of his penis, but no text to it. The next picture is a gentleman in his Marine Corps Alphas, the dress greens, and there's the next picture of him in his United States camis. And that's all I needed at that time.
He sends a picture of his ditty, and he calls it Daddy. Is that what you just said?
Yeah, I don't know, that's what he calls it, Daddy.
What's with the Marine Corps?
Excuse me? Oh, with the Marine Corps is, I'm a prior Marine myself, so I recognize the uniforms, obviously. So, and then
Did he saluting in the Marine Corps outfit?
No, those are the first two pictures he's saluting in.
Stay tuned. There's more Judge Pirro after this. Defendant Hilda Sanchez Zavala is countersuing her ex-boyfriend, who she accuses of cheating on her with a man.
What is he talking about?
Your Honor, me and Mr. Graham have not been together for a long time. I mean, we probably were intimate 4 times, which those
He had 2
times
kids.
We had 2 kids. He has trust issues. I mean, his
Did you go away on the 4th of July weekend?
Yes, I did.
Where'd you go?
We went out, me and my boyfriend.
Did he know you were with a guy?
Like I said, we weren't together anymore.
Had he moved out?
No, because he couldn't afford his own place.
But you had an arrangement where you were going to date?
Yeah, I mean...
So why are you sleeping together in the same bed?
No, we were not. He
just said you left to go to the bathroom, you reached under your pillow, got the phone.
Because he always snuck in my room. He always snuck in my room.
How do you know you were going to the bathroom? What's he up all night waiting for you to take a pee break?
That's what he said. So obviously he was waiting for me to fall asleep to come in my room and take my phone.
Okay. And the picture of Diddy or Daddy was on the phone? Yeah? Yeah.
Yes.
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 Is he a Marine?
Yes, he is. Wonderful Marine.
Aw.
Gorgeous.
Who are you?
I'm a boyfriend.
Are you the Marine?
I am a Marine.
You better hope it was your picture on there. You better check it out. What do you want to say? Why are you here today?
I'm just here to support her, and I've fallen for her, and I'm just here to support her through everything she's going through.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thanks for your service. All right. Now, what's your relationship with him like during the time that you're living with him?
We weren't ever a couple. I mean, we always had problems.
Like what? Talk to me.
He had trust issues.
Right.
Because of his ex leaving him for another woman. So his
ex left him for another woman?
Yeah. So he always accused me of cheating. Well, in fact, I got an email from his ex stating how he was the one that cheated with another man and how she was
cheated with a man?
So that's why he always thought that I was cheating on him because
he was projecting. In other words, because he was cheating, he assumed that you were.
Exactly.
Okay, let me see this. What am I looking at? What does this say?
It's highlighted on there.